Actors are annoying anyway. All that calling each other darling. Start her up.
Yes, darling.
Hello everyone, my name is Manari. I'm the founder and director of the Mirabin UK Film Awards, and today we're greeting Pardeep Sahota, the director of OK, Not OK, a short love story comedy shortlisted for Best UK Short and Best Diversity Short. It's a story that talks about Loretta, a working class British Asian woman that attempts to navigate a turbulent world and where a new stranger comes into her life, and also she's somewhat dealing with unskippable odds in this nearly, I would say, present rather than futuristic environment, given the world we are living in. But without any further ado, let's watch the short teaser together, and then we'll ask a few questions to Pardeep.
We're safe in this situation right now, you and me.
No.
Okay.
Check your punk, bitch.
Not okay. I'm a punk bitch. Then you're the Olympic gold medal champion of punk bitches. Okay. You make me feel complete when I'm with you. Not okay.
Don't say that.
Okay.
Say what's wrong?
Not okay. Okay, not okay. Okay? Okay, not okay.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing this with us, Pardeep. It's a wonderful story and is already very promising just for this 30 seconds. Let's talk together about OK, Not OK, and let's dive into the making of this story and how, from the script till the actual production, and how you found someone believing in the story and willing to bring it to the big screen. I believe we have a moment of, oops, he must have froze. Okay, well, the beauty of the live, Carlo, in the meantime, since we have the chance, let me introduce you. He's our team assistant. Many of you have been in chat with Carlo by email, and he's joining us today. We'll also be asking some questions about the film. So, Pardeep, did you manage to hear my question before you got somewhat logged out?
No, as soon as the trailer finished, I just got booted out.
Oh, okay. That's right. Let me repeat that for you. So I was asking you about the making of this film and how the story, from the script to the kind of transformation into something we could everyone enjoy and watch, and also its journey through festivals, because it's been quite successful so far, and also a little bit about your background as a film director, and you also started, as far as I remember, as with commercials, and you have an extensive experience in that field. And so how did you transition from making commercials to keep making independent films, or if that was always your dream and commercials were, let's say, how we all managed to pay our rent?
Yeah, I mean, that's quite a lot there. I guess to start at the end, like I did start in film, and film has always been the dream. And I started off as a Grinda Charter's assistant in film, and then she very like wisely kind of said to me, like, no one's gonna assist your way. You can't assist your way into directing a directing job. And she said you should maybe try something smaller, like commercials, and build up your credits that way, and then kind of come back. And that's kind of the plan I've kind of executed over the last decade or so. And then what I found was tricky with coming back. People were looking at my work and going, "Oh, well, you're a commercials director, you're not a fiction director." So it's like, okay, right, I need to prove it all again. And so I made a very low budget short for about £250 in 2019, and that did quite well at Slam Dance and several other festivals. And then I was gearing up to do the next one, and then the pandemic happened, so that slowed everything down. And I had another script ready, which I was trying to get funding for, and it just wasn't happening. And I guess part of that is the type of movies that I make are tonally complex, and they're quite challenging. Most short films kind of like very kind of simple and straightforward, and so all the while I was doing commercial work, I was building up this kind of reserve of safety money. So if I kept on getting rejected, I would have a bank. And it eventually got to the point where I was trying to make another film, and then I was stuck writing that one. And I was cleaning the house, and I knew that was a very bad sign that I was getting writer's block. So I was cleaning the bath, and then this story for OK Not OK just came to me wholesale. It's the fastest I've ever written anything. I had the beginning, middle, and end kind of all locked in, and I wrote the film in a day, did the revisions the next day, and then it's pretty much what you see on the screen. I think we maybe cut out maybe half a page, getting up to the actual shoot, and so it was pretty much the whole thing. But to go into where it came from, a lot of it was to do with the loneliness epidemic. I was reading a lot about that, and how the rise of AI was exacerbating that, and how technology is just keeping us in silos, and we're all kind of slaves to the algorithm. So all these things are just naturally things that I'm worried about myself, and they kind of just essentially like vomit it out into these characters. And the idea was very simple. I wanted to tell a story, a relationship over time, and I wanted to do that simply. So I told myself this character is stuck in where she is, so I think it makes sense to root the camera in one position and to do it as a series of one-ers. So every time we cut, then we jump forward in time, and just to see how this relationship plays out in a world where it's a little bit dystopian, but also just fed with like heavy amounts of my dark sense of humor, I guess.
Excellent. Actually, before I ask my next question, Carlo, do you want to jump in and ask yours?
Yes, I actually want to say two things. First of all, I want to give some appreciation for the trailer, because a great trailer is rare, and it has really a way of capturing you. The one for OK Not OK, I really liked it. And overall, I really like the editing for it. I don't want to give any spoilers whatsoever, but I really feel that the editing is a lot part of the story in itself. How did you manage keeping the whole puzzle together? Because as you said, they're all little, every time it's a cut, it's a jump in time. And that must have been quite challenging when you actually come down to editing everything together, because I'm assuming it wasn't filmed in the timeline, it was filmed differently.
Yeah. It's a great question, and it was the biggest fear of mine going into the whole production. Like I didn't let any of the crew know how worried I was, because I knew this was an ambitious short, and going back from my previous short, which I did for very small amounts of money, this one had a little bit of budget that we saved up for, so there was a lot riding on it financially for me as well as creatively, but it was a case of like, I knew going in when I wrote the film that it was we had about 26 scenes, so it's like 26 different one-ers. So I couldn't save myself in the edit, as it were, to just punch into a close-up, or you know when you get into issues with a film, you can and I've seen it happen, you can really save a film with some terrific editing. But I took that away from me. I had that safety net completely gone, knowing full well that this script has to be tight as a drum going in. So I just surrounded myself with an incredible crew. Like I had great DOP Linda Wu, who's right from the beginning was a big supporter, and we talked about how it was going to work visually. a great first AD, Dan Pachowski, and like he, as you said, like we didn't shoot in order. We had 2 days to shoot 2016, so we had to order the shoot itself as best for the turnarounds for the lighting and things like that. So it was trying to find that through line, which was again my fears. But when it actually came to the edit, it didn't take that long. The biggest fear with the editing was that so much of this film was designed to be seen in the cinema, and Ealing Picture House is a great place to see it. I've seen it there before, and it's fantastic. And a lot of it is to do with the soundscape as well, because we're locked into one single shot. We built. I even the writing stage, I brought Edwin Matthews, my sound designer, in, and we talked about how we're going to build the soundscape to make it feel like you're not just trapped in this one shot. And when I made that first edit with my editor, Amanda Rains, we were a little bit worried. It didn't quite work because all the scenes were there as it stood, and there was no saving us with a close up, but it just didn't quite work. And one thing that we realized was the sound was missing, so we just threw in loads of temp sound just to get it to a point where Ed Matthews could work with it. And as soon as we put this temp sound in, my anxiety levels completely came down. It's like, okay, the magic trick works. We've managed to pull it off. And so there was a lot of preparation, I'd say, and a lot of talent with the cast and crew getting right there on the day to know that we had it, and then going into the edit.
Awesome.
Thank you for sharing that.
That's, I think you also covered my next question, so it's perfect and perfectly on
Sorry
time.
about that.
Oh, that's no. He in his answer covered my next question, so it's perfect. You didn't steal anything, Carlo. But well done, Pardeep. It's definitely a story that I'm sure will resonate a lot with our audience, and we look forward to welcome you at the Ealing Picture House Cinema on the 13th and 14th of December. If you haven't done so yet, please do check out our festival pass. £20 for 2 days of screenings and industry talks. We also have our industry film forum on the first day of the event, and you'll be able to join speed datings, mentoring sessions, industry panels, as well as workshops. So please do check out the tickets and come and watch this film, Okay, Not Okay, Pardeep Sahota. Thank you so much for joining us, and thank you, Carlo, for your support. We'll see you at the festival.
Thank you for having me. Looking forward to it.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye for now.